That's you, Lewis.
I'm sorry, I'm introducing this part, aren't I?
I can't
Hey,
believe
Hideo
it's still playing.
Kojima.
He inserted
This-
himself into the game.
Is the infamous Three Musketeers mission. I don't even think it needs to be spoken for.
And apparently you're getting tasked to it by Hideo Kojima.
This is the spirit
hell?
of Antonio.
Who's
Did the guy
Antonio?
age? Oh, okay, it's a different guy. I was going
He's
to say, did
supposed
the
to
guy
be one of
age
the-
miraculously in 20 seconds?
This is supposed to be the spirit of one of the Three Musketeers. He looks like a random old guy on the street to me.
Why would you throw in the Three Musketeers into this?
Three Musketeers are dressing casual today, aren't they?
It's trying to imitate Sonic Heroes, and it's not doing a good job.
The rings.
I see you have it. And the
Solve
rings.
my maze. Which do you think controls more like ass, this or Superman 64?
Superman 64 is pretty
Alright,
bad.
to give this game a little credit, I think Superman 64 controls a little worse.
A little worse. Oh, come on.
Come on, Tails. You could fly a lot longer than this in the 2D games.
He
Where's my
forces
kryptonite
himself
bug?
forward. You don't have control. He shoots forward all the time. In every other game, you can fly his tails in. Even in the fucking Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2, you could hover in place if you wanted to. You could just go straight up, but he's always going forward. It's gah!
The strength challenge by making you run fast.
Okay, you get to you get to run around at knuckle speed and punch boulders that don't actually look like they're being punched apart.
They just kind of
Rather
fall apart.
Falling
It looks
apart.
like you put
know.
a bunch of rocks, glued them together, and the slightest tap will just make them fall apart.
Yeah,
Like someone already shattered them beforehand and then just put them back together for no reason.
it's like bad budget movie set pieces, really.
Eat your heart out, Chris.
You punched one boulder, I punched 12. Mind you, they were already broken when I got here, but it doesn't make it any less awesome.
There's nothing resembling feedback when you punch these things. So you're going to see at the end, I think I have all of the ones in the pile I'm looking for, and I'm looking for whatever ones are left. And then after a while, I run back around, and I was like, oh, there are a few left in this other pile I was just punching at. Okay. But,
I just hate how he has to stop in order to punch. That's one thing I liked about Sonic Heroes. Is like at least when you do punches, you don't lose your momentum.
You know what I liked about Sonic 3 and Knuckles? You didn't actually have to push a punch button to punch. You just ran through a rock wall and his fists did the work for you.
That's true, actually. That's
Very true, very true.
Uh,
And yes, there are loading times between all of these.
yeah. And you know what this mission
Oh, you
is? It is
Sonic-
the incredible challenge of running across the empty cityscape.
I just noticed this is like one of the few side quests where they actually gave voiceovers for no reason.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the point of this?
Get the rings.
I don't know.
We're already doing this in the main game. Why did they make a side mission out of it?
They have mission-specific dialogue for this. Why? Oh, and look at this. Look at this bullshit. Mr. Spirit of Antonio here tells us we deserve the Treasure of Soleanna. What's the Treasure of Soleanna? Well, it depends on your rank, first of all. And it's the same amount of rings you get for, like, volunteering to jump through rings for some shoemaker or something. This is the famous Treasure of Soleanna? Really? A measly 1,000 rings? I got more than that for, well, doing the next mission, actually.
And now we get the bounce bracelet.
They took the bounce attack from Sonic Adventure 2 and made it worse. That's awesome.
I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, and by the way, they put it on the same button as the light dash again.
Oh, yeah. As if that didn't...
Of course.
As if that wasn't bad enough in Sonic Adventure 2 where the control wasn't already bad as hell. Alright, I have to show off this mission. Don't worry, it's painfully short.
We have to go get a
Don't
car.
spoil the surprise. Don't spoil the surprise. Just let the mission
Is
speak
then
for
attack
itself.
it and break it so it can't run away.
How do you do this?
We just went through a whole bunch of rings in a maze, and now we have to go destroy a car. It is
With a-
Superman 64.
And you do this by running next to it and spamming the fuck out of his melee attack like a retard.
Sonic,
Superman 64.
Sonic, that was an innocent civilian. The guy's over there.
Sonic, the results screen is over here. Hello.
Why won't
No,
you listen
Sonic,
to me?
that was not incredible. That was incredibly lame. Oh
was
no,
a
I
painfully
only got 1,000 rings for that. You know what? I got the same amount of rings for kicking the tires out from a car as I did for solving the legendary trials of the Three Musketeers. You know what? I feel cheated.
And once again, folks, just in case you're wondering what's at stake by doing all these missions, you get rings. That's it. There's no cool unlockable for doing all
What
these
makes even
pointless
less
town
sense-
missions.
Oops, sorry.
Nothing but achievement points. Woo.
We'll talk more about the rings after the
What makes even
wee,
less sense.
wee. Did you notice how I went through that without actually breaking it open the first time?
No, what makes even less sense is that getting the rings in the towns missions doesn't help you at all. By the end of the game, you have enough rings to get all the power-ups you want anyway.
Well, that's not true of Sonic, but it's definitely true of the other two characters. It's like,
Radical
unless...
Train were totally 90s.
I actually like the concept for this level. Not the execution, but the concept is interesting. Yeah,
You're
very
chasing a
unique.
train the whole mission?
Where you have to reach the bomb and detonate it before the train crashes into it.
Off you go.
Oh, for the love of fuck!
Hello.
And there go all my compliments down into the abyss along with Sonic himself. That's a scripted loop, by the way, just like them all.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many scripted events in this game kill you.
And you know what? I kind of like this level specific gimmick, the scales here. And, you know, the game's trying to be a platformer. I really like that because Sonic is supposed to be a platformer. Unfortunately, the control is ass, and you know the gameplay at its core is gimped. So whatever cleverness in the level design there is, it just doesn't matter because it's not fun to play. I can't get over how Eggman's flying mechs look like the military mechs from Sonic Adventure 2 now, all of a sudden.
They're the exact same thing. They're basically prettied up GUN robots.
They're
also so far away from
say gun.
They're also so far away from the traditional Eggman robots you're accustomed to, like the Orange Egg Pawns or the Badniks. They're just stainless steel goons that just have no personality at all. And
They look like Aperture Science Sentry Bot rejects.
I do kind of like this SWAT bot vibe they're going for, but not really what came of it.
I didn't even like the SWAT bots. I'm going to go on record and say that. Sorry, but I never liked them.
Now this line is a lie. You don't go on top of the train, you go on the rails above it. Lies! Lies!
I had to jump 3 times to detach myself from that rail. Really, game? That's the fastest route to the bomb, by the way, what I did just there. Don't hit any of the other things, you waste time.
I actually did not know about that, but then again, I don't really know take my time exploring this game.
Well, I lost at that particular bomb so many times that I did take my...
Here we go again.
All right, I will give this game credit. This is actually my favorite of the mock speed zones.
Really?
Until you get to these parts.
You will get hit there. It's physically impossible to not get hit there.
It's physically impossible to avoid getting hit in these train jumping sections unless you know where all the trains are
Off
before you
go.
see. And I break dance to my death because there's no way to recover from that.
Again, I know I commented on it earlier, but I still cannot get over just how lazy the jumping from pillar to pillar animation is.
Hey, you didn't
you know
get
it's
hit.
it's really bad when Sonic doesn't have an animation and goes into his standard T model pose, jumping from pillar to pillar.
Yeah, and they had an animation in the trailer.
I know, but still, it's so glaringly bad to look at.
Swerve to the side, otherwise the explosion will hit you here.
Not that it matters, the tracks throw rings at you.
I don't know how they expect you to pick up these silver medals, by the way.
I actually really do like the sense of speed here, even though it's so short.
The sense of forced, uncontrollable speed, granted.
Wasn't Elise in that train?
Yay, she's dead.
Yeah, your actions condemn the future for us all, Iblis Trigger. That was bad, and you should feel bad.
This game is too awesome to have a scene where Sonic saves her from the train. Who do you think these guys are?
Oh, it just jump cuts to where he's carrying the princess. It's like, where's the transition?
Not even a scene where they hit a button and she ejects from a pod.
Wasn't Eggman on that?